Hey guys, JoNay here. Welcome to day 4, flight 1. Most of our air bases are still down. Kunsan, Pohang, and Sachon are all still down. Pusan's still up. Carrier's still up. Fukuoka is still up. For this mission, I'm probably going to take a break from escorting since we can't frag anything with A-10s, we can't frag anything with tornadoes. We could frag some B1s again, but I'm not even really sure exactly what to use them on. I don't think they're so good at pre-planned CAS. I could be wrong. I've never even tried to use them for any kind of CAS mission or air interdiction or anything. We've hit most of the war production facilities and power plants along the flot and along the coast, so I'm not really sure what else to use them on, to be honest. We hit this base over here, so unless I'm going to escort them all the way here and do another like triple Oka strike or something, I'm not sure what to do with them. So for the first time, we have like actionable like recon on all these units on the East Coast. We've never really had visual on these things on the map screen for quite a while. So these are the tank battalions that I've been kind of hitting on and off for the last few missions, and also we have a couple of HQ battalions. So these are where the SA-15s are housed that we keep getting, MUD RWR signatures from. So I decided to run a pre-planned CAS on this HQ battalion. There's about 30 targets or so down here. They are softer targets, not really tanks. So I'm curious to see how my JSOWs will work on them. From the recon screen, it appears that they are aligned from north to south. But I could have sworn the recon screen has lied to me in the past about tank battalions. Maybe I was just imagining it. But it looks like they're aligned north to south. So I've got a single ship, F-18 fragged. It's a midnight kind of flight. I put 4 JSOWs on there. We'll continue to test and experiment with them. I also have 5 AMRAAMs, 2 heat seekers, a TGP, and just a center line. That's all I have for fuel. So we're going to take off, head steer 2, that'll be kind of our IP. We'll head north, deploy our JSOWs on the HQ battalion. Then I'm probably going to come south to steer 5. I'll skip steer 4, head south to steer 5 because there is a tanker. I don't think I even fragged it myself. It just was auto-fragged. It's Camel. Camel will be on station at steer 5 at 0:29 minutes, so 2,900 hours, which is like almost about a half hour, basically, from this point in the game time. So that'll give us enough flight to ramp up, get airborne, deploy our weapons, and come south. And then we'll meet the tanker on station, get fueled up, and then I'm gonna head over to this point over here and try to provide a little bit of combat air patrol for these troops. So that's another thing I wanted to mention. You can see that our troops are actually starting to push forward a little bit. So a couple of them have crossed the flot, and before I started this briefing, you may have seen like kind of a accelerated clock view of what's been going on in this area, and they've been getting hammered pretty hard. All my troops that are pushing across the flot, you can see that they've lost quite a lot of vehicles. That unit especially. This one not so much. So they are getting kind of hammered out there. I'm not really sure like how much I'm really going to be able to support them though. I contemplated not even doing an air-to-ground kind of element of this. I contemplated just flying out here with 9 AMRAAMs and just trying to give as much combat air patrol as I can, but it's like a never-ending conveyor belt of DPRK Air Force, so I'm not sure how many, how much of an impact I'm really going to have with 9 missiles versus 5. Like, is 4 really going to protect these ground troops any better? I'm not so sure. But, I have the weapons. I'll get fueled up. I'll come back out here. I'll do what I can. Maybe I can get a couple kills with the heaters too. I don't know. It might be not worthwhile, but what else are we going to do, right? So I'm just going to adjust the float a little bit to represent the current situation here. This is actually the first time, I think, since like day one that I've moved these points. So it's kind of the first time that our troops have advanced. So maybe that's actually kind of a good sign. Okay, so that's about it for the briefing, I think. I can't think of anything else really to mention. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the pit. All right, we are in the pit. Let's get ramped up and on our way. Okay, just waiting for 25% RPMs, then we'll go idle detent. Close enough. Idle detent. Actually, I'm going to leave the lights off because I think I read somewhere that SOP is to leave external lights off during nighttime naval operations. But we are going to turn on some flood and console lights. Okay, start aligning the INS, radars on, avionics on, turn on the MFDs and DED. We don't need the data link for this flight. We'll turn up the brightness for the HUD and set it to nighttime. Up front controls. Get our volumes and load the data.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 040.
Marshal Sting 1 checking in, uniform 15, requesting QNH.
Sting 1, 2994.
2994, copy, Sting 1. Okay. I'm going to set 5400 for bingo. We're not going to bother with Joker just because Joker would be 10.7 the way I usually use it, and we only have a center line, so we only have 12,900 total, which is, you know, not much more than 10.7. We'll get to 10.7 in no time, so I think Joker's probably useless in this case. Let's go air to ground, power up the JSOWs, set them in tandem. We're going to stick with our 2,400 foot spacing. And on the control page, I'm going to set an azimuth of 360 because on the recon screen they did show the column running from south to north. So if we get to the column and they're not aligned in that way, then we'll adjust on the fly. And game entry altitude, I'm going to go with 2,000 feet. We haven't had super good results at 2,000 feet on armored units like tanks, but I don't want to make any changes yet because we're going after softer targets and we might get a better yield on softer targets, so we'll see how it goes. We're going to put the TGP in air to ground, of course, and we'll put it in air to ground, and then for nav we're going to set it to air as well as MRM override. Okay. Alright, let's turn on the RWR. Set up the countermeasures, ECM, think we're all set there. FCR bit is done. Override for now. Let's check out the INS. It is ready to go. We'll set that to nav. Alright, check out the flight plan. Here's the FLOT. I made a little sort of quote-unquote kill box for the central FLOT. This is kind of the area where our ground forces are crossing the FLOT and contesting with the DPRK. So after we deploy our JSOWs and go get some gas, any kind of bandits that are in and around this area are going to be the highest priority. I think we're just about done here. Let's arm the ejection seat, and we're going to leave the landing lights off. Yeah, I think we're ready. Floodlights off. Marshal, Sting 1, requesting permission to move to Mount 1 for departure.
Sting 1-1, ready for departure. Taxi. Hold short.
Sting 1. Okay, we're hooked into the catapult, nose wheel steering off. Set flaps to full and unfold the wings. Sting 1-1, good tension, good power. Salute. And gear up.
Sting 1-1, resume all navigation.
Lean right. Flaps off. And lean back left to 090. And out of burn at about 300. We'll just climb our way up to about 500 feet. Okay, there's 500. And we'll extend on this heading for another couple miles and then navigate to steer 2. Okay, steer 2, and we're going to pitch back right, buster, and just maintain a pitch that gives us a comfortable airspeed in the climb. What's our cruise altitude going to be? 14,000. It's pretty low. Okay, on heading, steer 2. Going to set the usual autopilot settings and just control our pitch with the paddle switch as needed. Alright, we'll turn on the ground radar altimeter and check in on TAC.
Essentially 1, radar contact bullseye, 145, 40 miles, 21,000.
Sentry Sting 1, single ship F-18 departing from Vincent, checking in on TAC. We're a pre-planned CAS for the East Coast and Combat Air Patrol Central Flot.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request picture. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Okay. Weapons armed, lights are already off. We're on TAC. Let's do a flare check.
Chaff, flare,
Chaff check.
chaff, flare.
Jammer check.
Contact bullseye, 150, 30 miles,
Okay.
21,000.
Look good. We'll unsnooze the radar. Whoops. CRM. There we go. Bump it out to 80 miles, medium altitude. We're at Angels 1-4. Nose over here. And come off the throttle a bit. $40 miles out from the IP. Once we hit steer 2, we'll come right for the first AO. I'm actually going to go back to Buster and climb up a little bit higher because we're right in the clouds right now. We'll try to come up a bit above the
Radar contact bullseye,
cumulus
150,
clouds.
35 miles, 21,000.
$18,000 should do it. That's close enough. Okay, back off the power, probably 95% or something. Okay, TGP is timed out. Okay. Well, we're only 2 miles out from steer 2, so let's hit steer 3 and let the AP take us there.
Essentially 1, radar contact bullseye, 265, 80 miles, 14,000.
Okay, we're on heading for the AO, 35 miles out. Picture looks clear. Let's go heads down, see if we can get radar contact with this column. DBS2, yeah, there they are, clear as day. And they are aligned from south to north. So we'll lock up something right around the 1/4 mark here. And we're going to make a mark point. Select it. Zero the cursor data. Okay, Okay, make another mark point around the 3/4 mark. There we go. Okay, so we've got steer 26 selected. And we're about 27 miles out. I'm going to go back into air-to-air mode. Cursor data is all zeroed. And we've got steer 26 selected. Got contact left gimbal. Sentry Sting 1 declare contact bullseye 105-082-04000.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, declare.
That's loud.
Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, contact is a bogey.
Sting 1. They're down low and only doing 100 knots airspeed, so I kind of think those are just choppers. Let's focus on the ground units. We're officially within range, just about 20 miles out. We're going to pickle off, as usual, 2 JSOWs on steer 26, switch to steer 27, and then pickle off the next 2. Okay, here we go. Okay, next steer point. Okay, there we go. And we'll come off the autopilot here and switch to Cat 1. Sentry Sting 1 Bruiser ×4 ground units East Coast. Okay, let's come off the power a little bit, and we're just going to flow out like heading 090. So just feet wet. And there's the ground units. You even see some infantry guys, I think. So either AK-47s or man pads or something. Alright, quite a lot of stuff down there. Sentry Sting 1 bogey dope.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request picture. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, picture clear.
Sting 1.
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye, 180, 50 miles, 21,000.
Any second now. Okay, there we go. There's the impacts. Wow. Okay, we got clouds in the way. Can't really see too much else. Yeah, I can't see any damage at all. The units are just like kind of gone, so hopefully that means we just destroyed them all. Yeah, I don't know what else to make of it. Just nothing there anymore. We'll have to check the ACMI to see how we did. Okay, let's jettison our racking for the JSOWs. We don't need that anymore. Gonzo. New cruise altitude is 25,000. And we're going to swing around right to our rendezvous point, which is right there. Steer, what is that? Steer 5.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 175, 40 miles, 21,000.
Okay. I'm going to set a steer point, steering select. Maintain this attitude. You know what? I'm actually just going to go full burn. Why not, right? And there's 25,000. We'll nose over, steady up here. It's contact at 25,000 deep in our territory, but I'm pretty sure that's just AWACS or something. When I was fragging this mission and doing the briefing, I noticed there was something like 2 to 4 different sentries or AWACS all in the area. I didn't frag them, it just kind of worked out that way. Okay, so we're just going to stay in burn and flow out towards this steer point. This is kind of like our rendezvous point with Canteen or Camel, whatever their call sign is. And we'll just stay in burn until we get there, or hit bingo, like 5400, whatever comes first. And 40 miles.
Be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 310, 120 miles.
Sentry Sting 1, bogey dope.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1. Request picture. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. $30 miles. Okay, we got tally, or visual, I guess, through the TGP and TV points. So we will snooze the radar for now. $20 miles.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 245, 20 miles, 25,000.
Patriot going active off to our 2 o'clock. We're within 15 miles of the tanker. Coming down to 24,000. And 10 miles off the nose. And 5 miles. Visual.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 210, 120 miles, 17,000.
Camel Sting 1 at your 6, 1 mile, requesting permission to form up left side for air-to-air refuel.
Camel 1-1, Sting 1-1, request clearance to refuel. Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1, copy. Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1, you are cleared to pre-contact position.
Sting 1. Get the bingo page up on the HUD here.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 205, 120 miles, 17,000.
Camel Sting 1 saddled up left side, preparing to move to pre-contact position.
Sunrise. Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1, cleared to contact position.
Copy that.
Sunrise.
Sting 1 moving to contact position. Whoa, I think Camel just slammed on the brakes.
Century 1, be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 310, 20
Just
miles.
decelerated like on a dime from 310 to 300. That was not me, I promise.
Contact.
Sting 1 contact, good flow.
Sting 1-1, Camel 1-1. Heads up, tanker is entering turn.
Sting 1.
Be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 330, 45 miles.
Whoa.
Disconnect.
Okay. What the hell was that? Wow, what the hell was that? Like, I'm at flight idle and I'm... Ridiculous, man.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 220, 15 miles, 25,000.
That was a rather dangerous maneuver. Looked like it made sense, and then kind of lost my bearings a little bit. Man, what a joke of a pilot in this Camel.
Sentry 1, be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 100, 20 miles.
Sentry Sting 1-1 here. Request vector to nearest threat.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1. Request vector to threat. Sting 1, Chalice 1. I don't have anything right now.
Sting 1. Thought for a second, like maybe there was a hostile aircraft in the area. That was the only thing I could think of to explain why Camel pulled that crazy dive.
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye, 315, 30 miles, 26,000. Contact.
Sting 1 contact. Oh, come on! Like, just slammed on the brakes again. This fucking guy! I guess it's like the AI just adjusting for the dynamic weather. Maybe that's my best guess, is like every time they kind of fly into a new sector of the map, it probably makes like an instantaneous adjustment to the new like wind direction or whatever.
Radar contact
That is super annoying though.
25 miles, 26,000. Contact.
Sting 1, contact.
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye, 050, 50 miles, 20,000.
My stomach's rumbling. Could you guys hear that? Wonder if that came through on my mic. I'll pull up a little bit here. Be careful. No sudden movements, Camel. Almost full.
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye, 285, 20 miles, 5,000.
Okay.
Disconnect.
Camel Sting 1 disconnected. Moving off to right side. Well, that was ridiculous. Camel 1, Sting 1, all topped up. Thanks for the gas.
Camel 1-1, topped off and ready to go.
Okay, where are we? We're
Roger.
flowing south. Let's come around right to the second AO. Okay, go active on the radar again. And we'll fence ourselves back in here.
Sentry 1, be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 310, 120 miles.
Okay. Steer 4 selected. What is this? It's 06,000. Sentry Sting 1, declare contact. Bullseye 161-145, 07,000.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, declare. Sting 1-1.
Oh, it's a
Chalice
C-17.
1, contact is friendly.
Okay, so they're doing like cargo drops, I think. You may proceed, sir. And that's probably Chalice or something?
Sentry
Yeah,
1-1,
Sentry.
ready select.
Sentry, Sting 1, buddy lock. Okay, what's our new cruise altitude here?
Sentry 1, be advised, enemy
2-3,000.
aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 310, 120 miles.
Okay, we'll come up a little bit. And just flow out towards our second IP here. Sentry Sting 1, bogey dope.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request picture. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Alright, we'll nose over about here. And I'll steady up with an altitude hold. Come off the power a little bit.
Sentry 1, be advised, enemy aircraft launch activity detected. Bullseye, 295, 120 miles.
.295, 120 miles is no factor, that's for sure. Okay, we have 5 AIM 120s and 2 times Sidewinders. Priority targets are going to be air-to-ground attackers, right? Top priority would be like any kind of Su-25s, Q-5s, MiG-19s. I'm going to try to avoid engaging fighters as much as possible, unless they leave me no choice.
Sentry 1, radar contact. Bullseye, 225, 20 miles, 25,000.
225, 20 miles, puts them right around here. And we got Strobers off the nose about 60 miles. Sentry, Sting 1, bogey dope.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request picture. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, picture clear.
Sting 1. Okay, we got burned through. Sentry, Sting 1, declare contact. Bullseye 137, 057, 25,000.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, declare. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1. Contact confirmed hostile. ID is MiG-23.
Okay, MiG-23s.
Radar contact bullseye. 130, 40 miles, 25,000.
Okay, they are like right over the AO. But like I said, I don't really want to engage MiG-23s. So let's pump back south and see what they do. Maybe they take off and leave us alone, but it's probably wishful thinking. Got strobes just a little bit south of the AO.
120, 180 miles, 25,000.
And a group of 17,000 next to them. They look like they're tracking away from the AO. But I'm getting impatient, and I have plans in a few minutes here, so I'm going to try to engage something. Sentry, Sting 1, declare contact, bullseye 122, 094, 17,000.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, declare. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is IL-28.
IL-28s. I would love to splash some
Chalice
IL-28s.
1, radar contact bullseye. 120, 160 miles, 17,000. Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye. 140, 60 miles,
Okay, we're
25,000.
in TWS. And it looks like they've got an escort at 25,000. That's looks like a MiG-21, unless it's a Q-5. Sentry, Sting 1, declare contact. Bullseye 124, 100, 26,000.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, declare. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, contact confirmed hostile. ID is MiG-21.
Sting 1. Yeah, I was right. MiG-21s. Okay, so it looks like a two-ship group of MiG-21s and a two-ship group of IL-28s. IL-28s are flanking, MiG-21s are cold, both at approximately 40 miles.
Sentry 1,
Split between 16,000 and 26,000.
180 miles, 17,000.
Sentry Sting 1 committing, two-ship IL-28s, bullseye 126, 106, 16,000.
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye. 310, 120 miles, 25,000.
And 22 miles out. And Fox 3. And Fox 3.
1, Fox 3 medium. One, Pitbull.
Yeah, they're not even maneuvering. Impact in 10 seconds. 6 seconds. Got MiG-29s engaging me.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 315, 120 miles, 25,000.
30 miles out. Sentry Sting 1 committing MiG-29s. Bullseye 122, 123.
Chalice 1, Fox 3 long. 1, Fox 3 long. 1, Fox 3 long.
Cap, flare. Cap, flare. Cap. Cap, flare.
Okay,
Cap.
missiles inbound. I'm going to emergency jettison the tank.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 315, 120 miles, 23,000.
Okay. And we're going to just try to outrun this last MiG-29.
Chalice 1, radar contact bullseye, 125, 200 miles, 17,000.
Problem is I just looked at my HSD and he's actually right in between us and where I need to go. Mother is off in this direction, which is exactly where he is. Sentry Sting 1 vector to nearest threat.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request vector to threat. Sting 1, Chalice 1, nearest threat MiG-29, Singleton, bearing 040, 15 miles, 21,000.
Sting 1.
Century 1, radar contact.
Okay, he went cold on me.
100, 100 miles, 14,000.
Bingo, bingo.
And I'm bingo. Okay, let's come out of burn. And I'm going to just try to take like a nice wide turn back towards Mother, which should be the steer point, steer 6. Yeah, let's just flow out southeast a little bit, 135 for a while. What's our new cruise altitude is 31,000, so we're at it right now. The Hawk off to our 10 o'clock is going active, possibly shooting at the MiG-29. Sentry Sting 1, vector to nearest threat.
Century 1, radar contact. Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request vector to threat. Sting 1, Chalice 1, nearest hostile MiG-29, Singleton, bullseye, 135, 100 miles, 25,000.
Okay, so that's not that close. Otherwise, it would have given us upper awe instead of bullseye. I don't see the missile launch. Let's go music off. Maybe he was just kind of triggered by my music.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 300, 120 miles, 13,000.
Okay.
Chalice.
Let's set an altitude hold.
130, 80 miles.
And steer point steering select. Sentry Sting 1, bogey dope.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, request picture. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1, picture is multiple groups. Nearest hostile at bullseye, 120, 160 miles, 25,000.
What the hell is that? Sentry, Sting 1, declare contacts, bullseye 122150.
Chalice 1, Sting.
Holy shit, MiG-29s.
Sting 1-1, Chalice 1. Contact confirmed hostile. Lead is MiG-29. Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye 300, 120 miles, 13,000.
What the hell? How did they get over there? That must be a completely different group.
Chalice 1, radar contact bullseye 105, 120 miles, 17,000. Sunrise.
Sentry, declare contact, bullseye 107, 124, 17,000.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1, declare. Sting 1-1, Chalice 1. Contact confirmed hostile. ID is IL-28.
Okay, IL-28. Alright, back to music on. I think I see a SAM launch over there.
200, 120 miles, 17,000.
Thought I saw something kind of twinkle. Hopefully the MiGs are being shot at. Yeah, I think I just saw a splash. Cheating with my binoculars there. Sorry, I just couldn't help it. And is that a second splash or the same one? Still got 2 times nails 2.9. Sentry, Sting 1, vector to nearest threat.
Chalice 1, Sting 1-1. Request vector to threat. Sting 1, Chalice 1. Nearest threat, MiG-29, Singleton. Bearing 165, 10 miles.
10 miles?
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye 125, 240 miles, 17,000.
Okay, I've just got to beeline it to the carrier. Okay, he went cold on me. Okay, I'm out of burn. Could be defending a Patriot shot. And a Hawk just went active as well. What happened to those IL-28s? Okay, got him. We might be able to splash these guys on our way back. We're only down to 2.2 pounds of fuel, but they are right on our way back to Mother. Only 20 miles out. We have 2 heaters left. We might be able to take out these 2 IL-28s. Actually, it's more than 2 of them. It's at least 3 of them, I think. $15 miles out. God damn, that Hawk is annoying. My RWR is stuck or something. I'm gonna reset the RWR. Sometimes it gets stuck or jammed or something. Down to 2.1 fuel. About 10 miles back.
Lock.
£2,000.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 195, 120 miles, 26,000 feet.
Hard to read, but I think it's about 6 miles back. Fox 2. Oh, they're shooting at me. Fox 2.
Fox 2.
I didn't know they had tail guns. Got splash 1, splash 2. Okay, he's going down.
Lock.
Whoa.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 195, 100 miles, 26,000. Dallas 1, radar contact bullseye, 115, 160 miles, 60.
Caution.
Okay, got him.
Lock.
Holy, there's 4 of them.
Lock.
Got another. Where's the last one? There he is.
Lock.
Century 1, radar
Oh, he got hit.
bullseye, 225, 80 miles, 21,000.
Okay, where are we? Down to 1.5 fuel.
Altitude. Altitude.
We've got to head home here. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage. Left MFD is out. Flickus and anti-skid.
Dallas 1, radar contact
Controls
bullseye,
still feels good though.
280 miles, 18,000.
Okay, let's come down to about 2,000 feet. DED is down as well. Can't see anything on it. Sentry Sting 1 is checking out RTB at this time.
Century 1, radar contact bullseye, 220, 80 miles.
Checking out.
Heading home.
And I'm going to put in...
1, Dallas 1, copy.
I just pressed F1, 15, enter. I'm hoping that the upfront controls work regardless of the DED being out. Okay, we're 10 miles out. I see Mother now. Marshall Sting 1 single ship F-18 checking in inbound from 210 for 10, Angels 3.
Sentry 1, radar contact bullseye, 200, 80 miles, 26...
God, I don't know what direction the wind is. Can I do a wind check? Marshall, Sting 1, can I get a wind check? Marshall, Sting 1, come in. Wind check.
Chalice 1, radar contact bullseye, 125, 280 miles, 18,000.
Okay, I guess you can't do wind checks. I'm going to assume that it's going to be like 090, which means I need to come to 300 after I establish myself. Marshall, Sting 1, established, Angels 2. Down to 1,200 pounds.
Chalice 1, radar contact bullseye, 125, 260 miles, 26,000.
Okay, there's heading 300. We're going to come down to 800 feet. Yeah, the radio is down. Okay, I got to pause it here for a second. I don't know if I can get Mother to go on the proper heading unless I do some kind of radio call, and my radio seems to be down. So I'm not sure how to remedy this. If I was a real-life fighter pilot, I would know how to do this, or set in an emergency frequency. I might have to Google this and just kind of pretend that that's like knowledge already in my brain and see if I can figure this out. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so I can't figure it out. I've been looking down at the console here. I tried to set to like a manually transmitting frequency on channel 15. I've tried flicking this switch around and this one from COM 1 to the center position. Nothing seems to be giving me a call back from Mother. And I've been trying to Google it on my tablet for the last few minutes. I just can't find it, and I'm running out of time. I have real life plans I got to get to. So there's Mother off to the left. I'm down at 800 feet. I'm pretty close to the target airspeed. I'm the right distance away, so I'm just going to start a kind of like a turn to the initial, and I'll see what happens. I might just have to land on a moving carrier. I don't know. Okay, here we go. On pause. Okay, left-hand turn. Down to 1.1 fuel. I've requested autonomous approach a couple times, so I don't know. I guess I just got to hope that Mother got it and is moving to the proper heading, and I just can't hear them acknowledge it. It looks like they actually might be lined up. This might actually work if we have enough fuel to do it. I'm going to use the binoculars here. No, that is the front of the boat, not the back of the boat. So this is not working at all. We're just going to have to wing it. There's no other way. So I'm going to come down to about, I don't know, 500 or 600 feet. Let's put the flaps out to full. And drop the gear. Okay, speed brake is closed. We look like we're beam. Marshall, Sting 1 in the dark, a beam, hook, gear, flaps. Oh, I don't have my hook out. Hook, gear, flaps 1.0. Good thing I called that. Okay, let's come left. I want to come down to about 400 feet actually. Oh, we're way low. Jesus Christ. Marshall, Sting 1, ball 1.0, manual. I think I should turn these flaps down a bit. I'm way too light. Okay, I think we made it. Yeah, we did. Ho! Okay. Whew. Hook up. Flaps off. I should have just been half flaps, I think, with that weight. And we'll fold the wings. Nose wheel, we still got it. Okay, yeah, we made it. Oh, okay, maybe we don't have nose wheel. Use differential braking then. What the fuck is happening? I'm trying to use differential braking, it's not really working. Okay, well, we have a bent jet or something, it's just not working. So we're just going to have to get out of here and let the emergency crews take care of it. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. That was kind of a cool mission. We'll see you in the debrief.
You are hereby awarded the Air Force Cross with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Okay, so we got the Air Force Cross. I don't really know what that is. But we got 8 air-to-air kills, 23 air-to-ground kills. So definitely way better with the JSOWs on soft targets. We use the exact same settings we've been using on tanks. So typically we get about 14 or 15 kills on tanks, and this time we got 23, which is probably almost the whole column, actually. We'll have to take a look at the ACMI. For AMRAAMs, we went 5 for 5. We shot at 2 IL-28s, those were hits. We shot at 3 MiG-29s, all 3 were hits. And then we also got a damaged and a destroyed with the AIM-9Xs. And 2 destroyed with the guns. So we killed, I think, 3 of the IL-28s, and one of them exploded right in our face, so I assume it got hit by a SAM or something. We'll check the ACMI on that as well. Okay guys, time for a little bit of ACMI analysis. So I've departed from the Vincent Carrier Group. I'm heading towards the coast. I think I'm pretty close to the IP at this point. There's a couple of AN2s over here. I never picked these guys up on radar. They're deep in our territory. It's interesting. Those are those like propeller planes that I picked up on one of my earliest first missions of this campaign. Okay, so then I'm heading north towards the first AO. I pick up a couple more AN2s. I thought those were choppers actually when I picked them up. They were so low and going only like 100 knots or something like that. Yeah, 94 calibrated airspeed. down at 5,000. Okay, so let's see here. This is the HQ battalion. We're 22 miles out. We deploy weapons. We're at 18,000. We deploy right around, I don't know, 15 miles, I guess. And I break off. Let's see how the JSOWs did here. Okay, so pretty good. I only missed 2 targets. And you can see that on softer targets, they hit a lot more things. This is the exact same spacing and footprint that I've been using on previous tanks on bombs. But like, look at the second bomb, for example. This impact here, like it took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 targets just from that one JSOW. That never would have happened on tanks. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 over here. And then this guy takes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, another 8. And then this last one that impacts, I mean, it looks like it's going to miss. And it still takes out these back 2. So yeah, I think it's totally doable to take out all the targets of like a softer battalion. How many targets were there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. There's 26 total. And yeah, I think you could easily get 26 with 4 JSOWs if you space it right. Okay, so back to me. I'm just kind of pushing out towards the water, and wow, I still don't pick up those AN2s. And now I'm just pushing out towards Camel. What is this? Here's a chopper. Look how deep this chopper is in our space. That is obscene. What is it doing? Okay, so I link up with Camel. I want to see what the hell Camel was thinking. So speed is a little bit erratic all the time when you watch ACMI and TAC view. It's always kind of like bouncing up and bouncing down, so we probably can't really get an accurate reading of its speed, like whether it decreased or increased by 10 knots or whatever. Like I think that's when it slammed on the brakes. Let's see, it's going like, nah, it's fluctuating all over the place, you can't tell. But anyway, what the hell happened here? It just like suddenly dove. Right there. Is there anything that caused that to happen? It just, look at that shit. Why would you do that? I'm up above it and I can barely even see it against all the night tiles on the ground. Look at it slowed down to like 240-ish. It just dove and slammed on the brakes. And I remember this is where I'm just like at flight idle trying to get it to pass me again. Whatever. And then I actually lose sight of it. Oh yeah, no, maybe I don't. I don't lose sight of it. Yeah, I just try to like pull in some kind of like fancy rejoin maneuver and I just end up like crisscrossing with it basically. I don't know what I was trying to do. It made sense in my mind at the time. Oh my God. All right, whatever. Okay. Nothing really else going on around us. There goes that chopper. Okay, so then I push north towards the second AO. And yeah, so some Patriots went active, started shooting at the MiG-23s. So we did detect the MiG-23s strobing. We decided not to engage. We turned off cold. And the Patriots shot some missiles over there. And inconclusive if they hit them or not. It looks like they didn't. So I came off cold again because there were MiG-29s over there, and I didn't want to engage the MiG-29s. MiG-29s looked like they were tracking to the east. And that's when I was just kind of getting impatient, and I had, plans that I had to get to. Picked up the IL-28s and the MiG-21s, and I thought, okay, that's cool. I'll engage these targets. That's doable. Just spam the AMRAAMs at them. And then the MiG-29s turned around. There's actually like 2 separate groups. Okay, what is going on here? How many MiG-29s were there? That was a totally different group that just kind of like spawned from a wormhole, one of Kim Jong-un's secret wormholes over the East Coast. And then I pickled onto the IL-28s and engaged the MiG-29s. It was a 4-ship group of MiG-29s though. And I only had 3 missiles. Those aren't them. Yep, there we go. Wow. This guy's already got a missile outbound on me. He must have launched from like almost 30 miles he launched from. I thought I had music on at the time. Alright, let's see how this plays out. So I start launching from 25 miles. And yeah, I think I only had 3 missiles left after I splashed the 2 IL-28s. I don't waste too much time getting like Pitbull or anything. I really just want to get Husky and then bug out basically. So I split S, I take a lot of speed with me. And I don't want to mess around with any inbound missiles. Looks like my first shot's going to hit. That's a good splash. And then my second and third shot, they both hit well too. So there's just that one guy left from the 4-ship. He's hot on me. Their missiles never really got too close. And I'm just in burn trying to run away. What are these guys launching at? This is like a group of destroyers or cruisers or something. Here's the Vincent. And like the I think that's the Vincent there. So these guys are launching at the other 3 ship of MiGs over the water, but most of the missiles are just going ballistic. So this MiG, the last MiG of the 4-ship that engaged me, he gives up. He starts RTBing. Now I am on a heading for my home plate, which is out here. And then I couldn't believe it when I picked up these MiGs off my right gimbal. I was never expecting to pick up something off my right gimbal this deep in territory. And they're right in my path to getting home, right? So I go left and I just go full burn, and then luckily these hawk sights engage the MiGs. I got pretty fortunate because I just didn't have enough fuel. I had to get around these guys, and I was really low on fuel. And if they would have like tried to intercept me, I don't know if I could have gotten away from them if I didn't have these hawks distracting them. So one of them got splashed. Looks like the second guy is going to buy the farm. That's 2 down. I'm detecting a bunch of targets that are kind of right in my path on the way to the Vincent. Here comes another Hawk from the same site on the last MiG-29. Excuse me, this one here. This looks like a good track. Yep, it's a good track, good hit. So the MiGs are all down now. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm directly over a couple of AN2s as well. I'm thinking I want to head home, but I do have 2 heaters and I got some guns, and if there are some sitting ducks like these IL-28s in my path, then perfect. Perfect targets of opportunity, right? I didn't realize that they had tail guns, though. I hadn't been shot at by tail guns from them in previous missions. So usually I put 2 missiles on each target if they're this large. It usually takes 2 heaters to take them out. And I really thought it was a 2-ship when I first detected them. And my plan was to put 2 heaters on one of them and then go gun the second. But then when I got closer and I saw that it was a 4-ship, I wasn't sure what to do. So I put 1 missile on 1 target. I tried to take out 2 with missiles. And then figuring, I don't know, I would just improvise and try to take out the other 2 with guns or something. So there goes the first missile. These are AIM-9Xs, so they are like a little bit more powerful than regular AIM-9Ms or Ps. There was the second missile, so I got 2 splashes there. I think this guy was destroyed and this guy was just damaged. And then I noticed that they were actually shooting at me as well. So I'm trying to dodge bullets and get in to take a shot. Okay, the trailer who got hit by my heater, he exploded. Okay, I think that's a kill on the second guy. I think this one is a smoker. This guy looked closer to me at the time, but they were actually the same distance. And I'm closing on him way too fast. I almost collide with him, actually. Get that kill. And this guy's a smoker. And he got taken... Yeah, there's missile launches from the Vincent group. So they're launching missiles now at the last guy. And I had tally on him, and I was going to maneuver in behind, and then he just kind of exploded in my view. And I was wondering if, just because he was damaged and he was smoking, maybe, you know, just something ignited and he exploded. But the other possibility that was going through my mind was that he got hit by a SAM or something. So he did get hit by a SAM. And then, yeah, IRTB'd, damaged, and that was basically it for the mission. Okay, so that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting flight, I think. It was crazy how many MiG-29s there were between me and home plate. And I was so low on fuel. I had to get from here to there, and there was so much junk in my way. It's pretty fortunate the way things all shook out. Gauged them, ran. Missiles came in, then these guys got in the way. Hawks took them off my tail. Ran into some IL-28s. Yeah, just an interesting sequence of things that happened. Okay, well, that covers that mission. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you for the next one.